Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here at weatherweb.net, and it is Tuesday, the 12th of November. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. And I've got some new charts for you today, some new toys to play with. If you go onto the weatherweb.net homepage and then click on charts up here in the right hand corner, and then down the left hand side you'll see here, click for CFS page. Click on that, and it takes you to a page like this. Now, the CFS is the long-range forecast model from the USA, which updates 4 times a day. You've got to treat it with a little bit of caution because it does go so far in advance, but it still gives us an idea as to how conditions are likely to develop. Now, once you're on this page, the CFS page, click here where it says forecast for the next 10 months. Yes, I know it says forecast for the next 10 months, but that's what the CFS does. Once you click on that, it brings you up to a page like this, and what you can do here is get the 500 millibar anomalies. You can also get the Northern Hemisphere anomalies. You can get the 1000 millibar anomalies, which effectively is surface pressure, and the 850 temperature anomalies too, all out to 10 months ahead. And the way you use this basically is just to look at it day in, day out, and just keep on looking and see how consistent the model is from day to day. It builds an idea as to how reliable the forecast is, but it's better than having nothing at all, and it has started to prove itself as well. It's obviously nowhere near as accurate as a short-term model, but certainly it gives you some sort of guidance. And I've got some new charts for you today. If you go onto the WeatherWeb website and click on charts at the top left-hand corner, now this is the chart for November from today, so this is for the rest of November, and this is the height forecast. So you see what it's doing is building higher than normal heights in that arc around the country, with lower than normal heights here down towards the south. So low pressure down here in the Med, high pressure up towards the north, which would do something like that, and the flow would be around like so. So what it's trying to do with high pressure here is bringing more of an east to northeasterly flow on average through the rest of November, which would certainly make us cooler. Now what it then does through December is it's still got this trough down towards the south look, still got higher than normal heights out towards the east, lower than normal heights in the Atlantic here, so it brings a trough something like that with a ridge something like that, and this low with a circulation around it like so. Now what that would do is hint at the easterly winds, the cool weather, the colder weather lasting until the early part of December, probably being broken down later as this feature moves in. Because by January, this is what it's trying to do. This is the chart. This is the CFS 500 millibar anomalies for the whole of January, and this is a really strong jet stream screaming across the Atlantic now. Higher than normal heights towards the south, lower than normal towards the north. It squeezes in this jet stream here, and it hints at a milder, unsettled, windy, and at times wet January. And then in February, what it's trying to do is to build heights down towards the south, still lower up towards the north, still got the jet stream here, but it's further north, and this would be a mild south-to-southwesterly flow taking us through February. Now, of course, you've got to treat it with extreme caution, but it's just interesting to see the way the model develops and what it tries to do with the forecasts here. Certainly, they've been pulling away from the idea of a cold winter and have gone back to nearer normal conditions. Of course, things could change. They do on a day-to-day basis, but I think the most important thing to take from the CFS so far is this idea of the back end of November and early December going into this colder pattern. But I'll leave you to have a good look around the site and have a look at those CFS charts. Now, just to bring you up to date, while we're glancing ahead at sunspots and how they've been faring, we're here at the moment, look. The current cycle, you can see how the trend has been downwards, look, for the peak of the cycles, and you can see how we're down in our current cycle and how quiet that's been. This is total solar irradiance for the last 10 years, and you can see how we saw an increase of sorts in 2010, but it's kind of peaked now and looked like it's starting to fall again. Back to the present though, the NAO, this is how things are predicted to be on the NAO for the next couple of weeks. It's the black line that shows us where the NAO is, the blue line is the mean of the various different ensemble runs, and you notice that it dips negative here, look, probably around this weekend, which is also ties in with the idea of the flow becoming more east and northeasterly across parts of the UK. So cooler weather hinted by that NAO. The Arctic Oscillation doing similar things. If we just zoom in this way, you notice how it's high at the moment, really high, forecast was actually low, but it's gone higher than normal. But then it dips down, look, and we get into neutral territory during the early stages of next week, which shows that the westerly flow around the pole is actually decreasing too. So we could find some cooler conditions starting to drain south. So it all stacks up to this colder idea, and this is the jet stream forecast. Just want to show you the change in movement of the jet stream over the coming days. This is the chart for tomorrow, and here's the jet stream, look, meandering its way around across the Atlantic, across the UK as well. This all being pumped north, this warm air coming north, cooler air coming south, backing into this trough here. But then look at the difference. This is for the 19th, so this is for next Tuesday, and here's the jet stream in here, look, big ridge in the Atlantic, but then we see this big plunge down here, look, and a big trough developing off towards the east. So this is this colder air digging in down here all the time. What that does is it helps generate this low that's down over Italy, and as that happens, this ridge builds over the top, warmer air gets in up here, it builds the heights up here, we get high pressure building towards the north, and that's where we get our surface easterly flow. So the surface flow, should do it in blue really so it's in a different colour, ends up something like that, with cooler east to northeasterly winds setting in, while the upper flow continues to be from the southwest, which is basically what we've just been looking at on the CFS. As far as rainfall's concerned for the next week, not a great deal around, look, you see across the south of the country with that high pressure starting to get its way northwards, look, just 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 millimetres of rain in total, again similar for eastern parts of Scotland, always more though affecting western Scotland, perhaps the northwest of England, north and west Wales and the east coast of Ireland, just driven in on these westerly winds. As fronts come southeastwards, what they'll tend to do is just bring rain which will get ripped apart on those western coasts. So lots of stuff underway then. Hope you like those new charts from the CFS. Do go and have a look at those, and get ready for some cooler weather on the way. Now, I stress again, I don't think this is going to be a real blast of winter cold, but certainly I think it's going to be cooler than it has been of late, so it's probably one just to get ready for, and I think we will see some frost, and we may well see some sleet, and perhaps even some snow, even at lower levels, but it's not going to be a whiteout. Can't see any of those conditions just yet. Of course, that could be famous last words, but I just don't see it at the moment. Different story for Scottish hills. Could be some proper snow up there. Of course, there already has been. There could be some more on the way. So, once again, thanks for watching weatherweb.net. Don't forget, we're kept free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen, so when you come back and use the site and use the adverts, it's that keeps us free of charge. But for now, thanks for watching, and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.